First tonight, emergency crews say Sunday was especially dangerous for ice fishing as two different water rescues happened just miles apart. News 8's Byron Tollefson is in Montcalm County with the latest.
Two water rescues in one afternoon, just miles apart. The first, a 50-year-old man falling through the ice on Townline Lake in Montcalm County with a 6-year-old boy by his side.
Probably when they went out a little bit earlier in the day, the ice apparently was strong enough to hold them up. But by the time we got there and the sun was out, there wasn't any way to get to them unsafe. We were just breaking through every step of the way.
The child, who did not fall in, stayed on his sled while waiting for first responders to arrive. And it was hard for rescue swimmers in an airboat to get to them. They were both 200 yards offshore.
But that's really a long ways to go to be tethered. And then trying to get out there with our sled or even a boat, you're just breaking through, and just not a good way. It's really exhausting. Those guys were whipped by the time they got done with it.
Patrick Carr, the Lakeview District Fire Chief, says the man was likely stuck in the water for an hour.
It just takes a while to get out there when the ice is that soft and breaking through. So they were breaking through and swimming part of the time, and on top of the ice crawling some of the time. And
the man refused medical treatment, and it's unclear what happened to him.
The 50-year-old was really in tough shape when we got him off the ice. He couldn't speak or hardly move any of his limbs, so I don't know. If it would have been a colder day, it might have been a different situation.
Just minutes later, and just over 14 miles away, a 43-year-old Stanwood man also fell through the ice at Latimer Park in Morley. As he struggled in the water and yelled for help, first responders crawled 100 feet on thin ice to reach him and take him out of the freezing water. Carr says ice fishing was especially dangerous today as temperatures reached nearly 50 degrees.
Only like this time of the year when it's starting to really get thin, a lot of open water, a lot of slush on top, it's particularly risky to try and be out on the ice on a day like this. There's just so many unpredictable things when you're out on a body of water like that, spring-fed or a different current or something else can change the ice conditions from what it was 5 feet from you.
In Montcalm County, Byron Tollefson, News 8.